Hello guys, welcome back to another video. There's the Football Connect. I'm your host Sam, and we are back again with another one. So I've been out for some time not doing the Connect. You have to understand, people, we're dealing with some floods here where we are, and it's not been easy, to be honest, but we're here, we're surviving, and God will bless, and we're praying for the families that have been heavily affected. But yeah, that's what we're here for. But I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think of what has been happening in the Premier League? Or we now know what's happening for the three teams that are left in the Champions League. We know the teams that they're going to face, the routes that they're going to take, and what's going to happen at the end of the day. But also on top of that, we need to talk about Arsenal versus Liverpool, because I think it now feels like we are in the end game. The running has begun, and Liverpool are starting to feel the pressure. And in feeling the pressure, we know we are getting under pressure because we're not performing like we used to do. And everything like that, we're going to explain as we go in the video. But don't forget to click the like button, subscribe to the content. I want to hear your thoughts wherever you're watching us from, and what are you expecting in this title race. So, Liverpool have played a game more than Arsenal these days, and they are only 8 points ahead of Arsenal. That was not the situation when we started the week. To be honest, we thought Liverpool were going to be running around, but if you look at their last 5 games of Liverpool, really it gives you something to think about, because in the Premier League, drawn with Everton, they have drawn with Aston Villa, beat Wolves, but it was a scary game, to be honest. If you watched it, if you've seen my reaction, it has never been like that. But on top of that, of all the craziness I just told you, they're going to have to play Man City, and they're also going to have to play Newcastle. So you now wonder exactly how do they maneuver themselves out of this one, and how are they going to perform to actually get into a better level. And it's all gonna make sense, because it has to make sense one way or the other. And to make even matters worse, they get PSG in the Champions League. That just takes everything upside down. So the next 5 games of Liverpool, I think, they are very important, especially in the Premier League. Man City, Newcastle, Southampton. So it's Manchester City, Newcastle, Southampton. We also have Everton again, and Wolves. The next 5 games might really tell us exactly where Liverpool are going when it comes to this Premier League title race over Arsenal. And you have to remember, they're playing with an Arsenal, that they're competing with an Arsenal without a striker, without a front three, which is really heavy. It's one of their, they have so many players out. Of course, Martinelli might come back anytime soon, but it is in that moment where they can be affected with anything that happens. And it is a worrisome to see how we've been performing as Liverpool, because we need to get our win. So I told you, Liverpool have played the game more than Arsenal. In that situation, looking at the games, next 5 games of Arsenal, which they're going to be playing, it gives a different outlook to everything that is going to happen in the Premier League. So for us now, as we speak, they are going to play West Ham. They will play Nottingham Forest. They will play Manchester United. They will play Chelsea. They will play Fulham. And they ever turn after Liverpool. So it's a crazy scenario to think about it, because in a certain world, we would be saying Arsenal versus Chelsea is a big game, but Chelsea have not been playing like that for some weeks now. We'll be saying United versus Arsenal is a big game, but if you have been watching United of recently, you ask your questions more than that. In the Champions League again, they are going to have to deal with PSV, so they have some way to maneuver and find themselves in the situation, and that's what makes the title race even more exciting and interesting. But everything that we were talking about and how everything's going to go, like, we have to pay attention on how the 2 managers have to set up their teams. And Liverpool, one way or the other, they now have to start getting their form back, because they cannot continue playing like they don't even have an idea what they're doing in the pitch. They've gotten so many games which they've been given rest. They've played. I remember there were some times they were given 10 days rest while the youngsters are playing. The youngsters is the reason why Liverpool went out of against players, because most of the big goal guns were resting. Yet the big guns, when they come to show something in the game, they are not showing up, and it has to give some worry in everything that is happening. So it's going to be interesting to see how things are set up, people, because this is the showdown. this is when the big bosses, the big managers are played for. And you can't really make it really when you look at the situation that with Liverpool, they have a Darwin Nunes who seems like most of the time is working against them rather than to work for them. And Diogo Jota was never fit and is trying to recover. You can't play in more games than they have. Diaz was out. Cody Gakpo has been out. All those players have been causing. Now it means the whole entire team is relying on Mohamed Salah to be the only goal scorer to keep them in the game. And so many people are not going to talk about that because, it doesn't really pay the big bucks. On the other side of us now, they don't have Saka, they don't have Martinelli. Um, Kai Havertz is out, and they have to rely on Sterling. They have to rely on Ranieri, who have been really good, by the way. And also, lastly, they have to rely on, and this is really important, Moreno playing as a number 9. Trossard is still in there. So it's a crazy combo of everything that we are seeing in the Premier League at the moment. Liverpool, even though they've not been performing well, they are still refusing to lose games. They have to start changing that into wins, because if they don't, then this is going to look differently. Because Liverpool, if Arsenal wins tomorrow against West Ham, they go 5 points near Liverpool. And if Liverpool loses to City, that creates a different outlook to everything that's going to happen. Because during the midweek, Liverpool playing Newcastle and Arsenal play Nottingham Forest. If they win that game, look at how things can just turn just like that. That's why the Premier League is why it is the best league in the world. But as for a Liverpool fan, like I'm standing here, I'm not happy about this because it's giving me nightmares now. But I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not going to say that it's over like what they're doing online, because that is practically not the truthest thing I've ever heard right now on social media. Like, I trust what the social media actually say, but that's exactly what's happening here, people. A lot of things can still happen. A lot of things can still turn, and we just have to watch and see how the situation plays out. Like, it's exciting to watch football. It's been exciting. It's really been amazing to see how the games have been set up, like, and how exciting they've been. But like I'm saying, there's a lot of twists and turns that are going to happen in this league, and we have to be ready for that. We have to be excited for that, and we just have to watch and see what happens in the league. Like I'm saying, how do they do this? Remember, we also have another problem of the Champions League. These two teams are still in it. And like I told you, Liverpool's Champions League drive has been come out. They're going to be playing against PSG. If they beat PSG, they're going to face a team between Aston Villa and Club Brugge. Then from then, they're either going to face Arsenal, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, or PSV. On the other side, if Arsenal beat PSV that they're playing with, they're going to play either against Atletico Madrid or Real Madrid. If they beat against those ones, they're going to play either with Liverpool, PSG, Club Brugge, or Aston Villa in the semi-final. To the final, people. It's exciting. So I'm wondering, between these two managers, who is going to give up first one competition to try and win the other one? Is it Arne Slot is going to say, no, the Champions League is not really important, let me focus on the league? Or is it going to be Mikel Arteta, who said that I've been working so hard to get the league, Arsenal don't really win the Champions League anyway, so let me focus on something I believe I can win? What's going to happen? The mind game starts playing into this game. They start to make sense to see where everything will go on like, but we're excited over it. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Who are you really rooting for when you look at it in the hindsight? Who are you saying can have the upper hand, can have the deciding vote to win or to go forward in the league or in the Champions League? I'm here for that. Like the video, subscribe to the Connect. Always the best way to support us here at the TFC. Football Connect. Anyway, people, a lot of things are going to happen. I'm going to make a video really to give you my previews of what's happening in the Premier League. Remember, I never did what the hell happened in the week 23 of the Premier League. Or is it 24? It's been a crazy week, people, but I'm back. Let's see what we're here for. Like the video, subscribe to Connect. I'll see you on another way out. Peace. Subscribe to Connect.